Okay, so here is some juice from freshly harvested grapes. So this is what we have ready to start fermenting. We are running through some experiments, some scientific experiments to know what our acid and sugar levels are before we start. That tells us a lot about how the wine will end up. This is the time to make adjustments if need be. So I'm going to show you how to do testing of acid. So I have sodium hydroxide, and I'm going to show a generalized way to do this. If you can, from your local dealer, find an acid test kit. Your prices may vary. They all come with instructions. Depending on the amount of the chemicals in it, the instructions are all going to be slightly different. So I'm going to show you how this works, not necessarily exactly what you should do to follow. Here are the instructions I have for what I'm using today. So in this case, what I'm doing is apparently taking, just using the syringe.
And did that come with the kit?
They usually come with it. That's why I have a whole selection of syringes here, years worth of
test kits.
Of test kits. So the one I have right now is calling for 3 milliliters of wine, or juice, I should say, and then a number of, go in here, and this is just distilled water, and I add it to the juice. What we're going to end up doing is looking for a color change. And this matters a lot more with red wine than white wine, with red juice than white juice.
And right now you're just putting the distilled water by itself in that cup.
Yeah.
There's nothing else in
What
that
I'm
cup.
really doing is diluting the juice. And the point of that is that it'll make it easier to see the color changes along the way. So I'm just, and since it's distilled water, it has no effect on the test. Okay, so I've done that, and then I'm going to add this stuff, which is an indicator.
Poison.
Poison, yes, don't drink this.
This also came in your kit?
Yep, everything I'm showing you came with the kit, other than the juice we started with. So I put in a few drops.
Like 3 or 4?
Yeah, they call 3 or 4. They give us enough of that. I usually go with 5 or 6. Okay, and then.
So you put those drops into the distilled water?
Yep, the distilled water juice mix. So now.
So there's juice in here as well?
The juice I added, the juice I started with, that was the first thing I put in there. And then I added distilled water to the juice.
Okay, so in this cup there is some juice.
Right.
There's some distilled water, and now there's some of that poison.
Sure, indicator.
Yeah, indicator, sorry.
Let's go with indicator.
Indicator, yes.
Okay. And the point of this is, if you look at the juice, right now it's pretty clear. There's not much color to it. If anything, there's a little pale yellow. It's certainly more pale than the juice we started with.
And that's just straight juice.
That's just
in
straight
the glass,
juice. Yeah.
not the cup. Okay.
Yeah. So that indicator is once we start adding enough sodium hydroxide, which is what came in the kit, this will start to turn color. It'll turn pink in this particular case. And the amount of hydroxide you add to the solution to make it turn pink is what tells you how much acid is in your wine.
Okay.
And that is the whole purpose. So all I'm going to do now.
So you're going to carefully keep track of how much of this sodium hydroxide you're putting in, because the number of milliliters that you're putting in will tell you
exactly
how much acid there is.
And it's not how much is left in the syringe, it's how much is left how much you've used out of your syringe. If you happen to look here real closely, that's the pink color you're looking for.
Oh, okay.
A little
that's bright
drop
pink.
of something on my hand. So there we go. So now all I do is slowly drip in.
So you know how much you've started with in the syringe.
Right.
And now you're just doing a little bit at a time.
Yeah. And you just keep going until the color change stays changed. And sometimes it turns pink, especially if you use red wines. They tend to turn gray at the end. So, and this is going to go on a while, so I'm going to suggest the video ends because we end up with very acidic wine here. You'll find actually in your instructions more than likely a suggestion for what level of acid you want for a particular wine. This is telling you what you start with. You can do things with the wine to adjust, either taking your acid up or down after that. So
Okay, so we'll end here and then we'll come back with what the finished pink looks like.
yep.